What's up, guys? Welcome to my channel. First of all, I want to thank all my subscribers, especially the subscribers that have been subbed for a long time and really understand the truth that I talk about and are God-loving. Thank you so much. And I want to today in this episode talk about Hollywood's influences. And I was watching Cowboy Western. It's called Sabata. It's actually, the actor's name is who stars in it is Lee Van Cleese. I watched the Sabata series. I have the DVD set. The first two were starring with him. I want to talk to you guys about how Satan, he's always influenced the elites and they've always controlled the entertainment industry. When Hollywood and when all these movies started coming out way back in the day, they were old. They weren't really so satanic. They were just trying to get the masses addicted to entertainment and movies. And they did a great job at it. And then slowly over time, they've subtly planted seeds of propaganda or influence. And in this movie, in these two Sabata movies, they're two separate movies. They kind of show, like, very subtly showing Christians like hypocritical, just being bullshit hypocrite Christians. And you know, I know that some people who are believers, they may stumble on their path to try to be, you know, as sinless as possible. But none of us are perfect, and it kind of annoys me sometimes. People, especially some people in my family in the past, they've been like kind of hard on me because I'm not the most perfect Christian. But then who's allowed to talk about God, right? Everyone's a sinner. So anyway, in this movie, there's a couple parts where in the first movie they show this pastor, right? And this father, right? And he actually tries to kill the main character for money. It shows, like, you know, he's a hypocrite, right? In the second movie, it shows the main antagonist is this rich guy, right? He wants to steal the gold from the town, all the people's taxes. In the second movie, the other hypocrite Christians were the antagonist. He's seen going to church, right? And him and his wife are super Christian apparently, because they're sitting in the front row and they're supposed to be good Christians, but the husband is a criminal and a thief and a murderer, and he's trying to steal the money from the whole town, right? And then his wife, she's actually having an affair on him, so she's cheating on her husband. So both of them are seen as hypocrites. And then this pastor in the beginning, he's talking and he gives like a nice sermon, but then you see him, as soon as the sermon ends, he goes behind the pew and he starts drinking a bunch of alcohol. So it's kind of like subtly, subconsciously in the minds at this time, right? In these days when these movies came out, there was more of a strong Christian faith in America because America was founded on strong Christian values. But then slowly the elites started taking away the Bibles from school, taking away church songs, changing, you know, the history from BC, before Christ, and after death, to BCE and before the Common Era and whatever the new one is. And they started making, now students can get expelled or suspended or even in the military, suspended or kicked out because if they have Bible verses on their desk or near them, they can lose their positions and be expelled from school. There's a growing anti-Christian sentiment in the world. There's like an animosity, and then we can even see here this hypocrite guy, he turns away Jesus' cross to smack, because he didn't want Jesus to see him smack his follower. Yeah, it's like straight up, they slowly, subtly try to influence their viewers, right? And because it's like and also I want to talk about in the first movie where this one part, this is elite guy, right? He's trying to, again, steal. It's always about stealing gold or getting like $100,000. And then we see this clown, he's like reading this book, right? And it's titled Inequality is the Basis of Society. And it shows the elites, that's their belief thinking. That's exactly how they think. And they've always been in the castles scheming to screw over humanity. These billionaire, trillionaire, royal families, they own all the governments and they have them in their pockets. All the politicians, the high-level politicians are being influenced, manipulated, or bought and paid out, or a part of secret societies, and they're doing their job, right? Essentially, they're pretty much slowly influencing everyone through all the media. And it was subtle, and in the 90s, it was like, okay, it was like our parents, the boomers, if you were born in the 90s, your boomer parents, they weren't watching cartoons with you. They weren't watching 90s cartoons. They weren't watching superhero stuff. So they were doing their work, right? Living their life. But then we were. And then now our parents are old, and now we're like having kids and families. Our generation got so brainwashed about that type of stuff and being more like chill and not taking religion so seriously, you know what I mean, lukewarm. And then it's like the generations get distracted because they don't see what their children are seeing, right? And they don't even go to the public schools and see what they're learning. And nowadays the public education system's so woke, right? But it's just getting incrementally worse and worse. And so that's why society's degenerating, because they took away the Christian creation story in schools. They started teaching evolution evolution in school, and when you start teaching students that the fake evolution theory, that there's no evidence for, that, you know, we're animals and we were monkeys, and then they start acting like animals. And in the 1960s, 70s, when that's curriculum became mandatory, there was an explosion. You can look at the data, but there's explosion in crime, theft, murder, sex before marriage, premarital sex, unwed birth rates, sex between minors, like 12-year-olds, and even probably now it's getting younger. But I heard that the UN is trying to abolish the age of consent. It's so disgusting, man. It's so disgusting what they're trying to do. And it's just getting more and more worse, and society's degenerating, and the pendulum is swinging towards the Sodom and Gomorrah timeline, like in the Bible says. Anyway, so I want to mention, like, some people have been requesting me to make certain, like, more videos on TV shows and movies, and I just want to say, like, I don't really watch TV series and too many woke modern movies, but if you want to be specific and if you want me to look into it, you can drop a comment and just say, like, what you want. Just drop a comment, request something specific, and I might make a video about it. But here's a small list of some things I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make perhaps in the future, if I have time. You know, this channel, I'm not getting paid for this. Like, I made hundreds of videos, and I know a lot of them are video game ones, but a lot of them are really good truth ones, or about the stars, or about, you know, the truth about our realm. And, you know, they don't get much attention because I feel like YouTube just turns off the faucet, like just turns off, presses a button, and my video gets hidden. You know what I mean? It's harder for people to find them. But here's a list of what I will make in the future. I'm going to talk about Omni-Man, the television anime, American animation about superheroes, how that's propaganda. I'm going to make a video about Fallout. Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas is satanic. I'm going to make one about Beast Wars, Transformers. That's satanic. The Matrix series is satanic. Star Wars is satanic. So drop a comment. If you want me to make something specific, drop a comment and I'll do my best to get into that, but don't expect it to be made instantly because it does take time to make these videos. Yeah, guys, so now I'm just going to show you, like, the best parts in that movie, Sabata, and I really like the first one. If you like Westerns, you should watch the first Sabata. The second one, I wasn't into that so much, and the third one, I didn't like it at all. Anyway, guys, this video is a lot longer than I thought. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you and your family.
Sabata, I do so. Hey, amigo. Hey, amigo. C'è Sabata. I do so. You enjoy sitting up there and I'm like a piece of crap in the road, huh? Scrawny alley cat. Speak right out! I dare you. Ignore sitting there, aren't you? And I, Carincha, I say the Holy Virgin and all the saints, they know the truth. That at the Battle of Richmond that took 9 days, I killed how many? What's the difference? At least 20. What do you want? Don't you believe what I say, huh? I was a trumpeter in the 7th Regiment, that's who. I could blow up an elephant with the breath in my body. But the regiment took my trumpet from me. I don't know why. Like my bottle of whiskey. That alley cat up there thinks they were right. And all I have left was my medal, which I thought was enough to buy me a bottle. But they said it was no good. What are they good for, medals? In war, they're all caballeros. Then, when they get home, they aren't worth a damn. Not you, though. You're a man who knows, huh? Life today is horse trappings.
You already said that.
Well, how much do you want?
You tell me.
2,000?
5,000.
All right. Sergeant Keller will bring you the money. Hey, you could have got more money than that. After all, you had all their money in your hands, the whole 100,000. And Mexico so near you could be there. And you, bargain like a woman, ended with a lousy $5,000, selling yourself to the law.
It might be lousy, Corinthia, but it's legal.
Yeah, but if I just imagine, I plan this robbery, carry it out, get my money, and you come along to stop me.
A knife like that'd be better as a friend.
If it's friends you want, would you like to have two?
2?
Hey, Erica! Oh, don't you like him? Oh. Hey! How about that? All right, Amen for every shot. Every other shot. Viva General Sabata! Hey, that's good luck. You in there? Open up! I'll break the door down. Let me in. Hey!
I picked one for you. You'll get your 60,000.
Let me in. Are you in there?
It's in the bank.
What's going
Stay out there! I'll give you the signal. Now. Before you die, you should know that those men with superior talents, and consequently with superior powers, always have one last card to play.
You know, Stengel, I wouldn't bet $1 on that last card. Just passing through.
You never know.
You passing through too? Yeah. Sabata. I don't hardly recognize you anymore. Because of the safe? And if you were in my shoes, what would you have done? Me? I'd have kept the money. You were at a temple.